All right, here's a video I've been wanting to make for a while. One of the hardest things and the most important things in playing piano is having a quiet left hand. And you guys, I'm sure, have heard it more than once. Make sure you practice a quiet left hand. But let's talk about exactly why and how important this left hand is. So, first, I'm going to demonstrate a piece. It's going to be Honeybee, the first piece that you've either already learned or are working on learning now. Honeybee, both hands. And I'm going to make the left hand loud. So, this is the incorrect way of playing it. It sounds a little uncomfortable. And maybe you can't quite put your finger on why it doesn't sound great. Maybe it just makes you feel not great. And you just, have this kind of off feeling about it. Now, the only thing I'm going to change is I'm going to make my right hand loud and make my left hand quieter. So you heard the difference. With a quiet left hand, I was able to make the melody, the interesting part, sound much better. You could hear the melody, and the left hand was the harmony, just like it belongs. So, for most instruments, you're either only playing the melody, such as in clarinet or flute, or you're playing the harmony. If you play tuba or baritone, you're probably mostly going to be playing the harmony. In piano is almost unique in that you're playing both the melody and the harmony at the same time. And that's one reason why piano is so good for your brain, because you're doing two vastly different things at the same time. So the melody is the interesting part. I tell kids it's like the lead singer of a band, and the harmony is the boring part. It's the backup singers or the bassists. It's the part that we don't listen to, we don't hear. Its job is to make the melody sound good. Its job is to make the melody sound better. So if you have the background part sounding really loud, it just sounds off. Whereas if you sing out the melody, it sounds much better. I'm going to do another demonstration. This piece is from book 3. This is the incorrect way. All I'm going to do is play it the correct way. I'm going to make the left hand quieter. I'm not changing anything else. So you can hear how when I made the left hand quiet and the right hand strong, it totally changed the feeling of the piece. It went from this to this. You'll especially notice a really big difference in pieces that have a really repetitive left hand. This was with a left hand. We don't need to hear that loud. That's just the background to enhance the right hand. The right hand was playing this. All right, and I'm going to do one more demonstration. This piece is from book 4. Now I'm going to play it correctly with a quiet left hand and a loud right hand. So you could hear the difference. You can hear how important it is. Now, I wish there was a secret that I could tell you to do this correctly. I wish I could tell you, oh, the magic way to get left hand quiet and right hand loud is X. If I did that, if I had a secret way, I would probably be really rich. I don't have a secret way. The only way to get right hand loud and left hand quiet is to practice a lot of hands alone. So for Honeybee, you need to be doing right hand alone at least 4 times every day. Nice and strong, just like that. And when you practice left hand alone, each and every time you need to make it soft. But just like this, you need to be practicing it as soft as you can every single day. There is no other secret. Practicing hands alone so many times, one day it'll just click where you're able to control it when you play hands together. That is the only way to do it, is by practicing hands alone. Now, in Japan, they recommend practicing right hand and left hand alone 5 times for every one both hands. I think that would be fantastic if people would actually do it. I don't think people here or people in general can really actually do that. That's a lot of hands alone practice. If you can do that, that's fantastic, and you'll be able to control your right hand and left hand a lot quicker. I say the bare minimum is 2 rights and 2 lefts for every one both hands, so a 2-to-1 ratio. That means if you want to play your both hands 3 times during the day, you need to be doing 6 right hands and 6 left hands. So that's the bare minimum ratio. The other thing that people have a hard time with when they're putting hands together, they tend to get really frustrated that they aren't able to magically get right hand louder and left hand quieter, and then they end up practicing more both hands. If you feel frustrated about that, practice more hands alone, not both hands. There are a few songs where left hand is the melody, so then left hand would be louder. There's one spot in a Book 1 song in Little Playmates, where left hand is the melody. So you know left hand's the melody when it's doing something more interesting or more exciting than right hand. So in this piece called Little Playmates, right hand is playing chords, which is something left hand usually does. And left hand is playing this. Just for this little part in the piece. The rest of the time, right hand's the melody. So for this little part in the piece, left hand gets to be loud. I'm going to demonstrate this piece from the beginning just so you can hear me switch between having a right hand melody and a left hand melody. So as you heard, up until the right hand was the melody, then left hand was briefly the melody, and then it switched back to having a right hand melody. That's really tricky, but if you keep practicing your hands alone, by the time you reach Little Playmates, you should be able to at least switch the melody a little bit between right hand and left hand. Then, in Book 2, there's a piece where left hand is the melody most of the time. It's called Happy Farmer, and it's the 3rd piece in Book 2. Left hand's doing this. So how do you know left hand's the melody? Well, left hand's doing this. And right hand's only doing this. That's definitely not the interesting part. So that's how you know left hand is the melody. And it's really fun when you get there to do something that's so different. It doesn't happen very often, but sometimes left hand is the melody for the whole song. Then when you come to a piece like that, you actually get to learn left hand first. It's pretty exciting and new until you realize it's just as hard to keep right hand quiet as it was to keep left hand quiet. And you have a whole new set of things to work on. All right, I hope this video helps explain why it's so important that left hand's quiet and just talks a little bit about how to make left hand quiet. Hint, there's no secret, it's just practice a lot of hands alone. Bye!